the most common faults, shortcomings we all have in us. So today I will be talking about one of the very common fault which all of us have in us, and we do it very frequently, and that is making excuses. I remember, you see, the former President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton. You all know him. When Bill Clinton published his best-selling memoirs in 2004, he knew he would have to deal with the Monica Lewinsky scandal during his second term. He knew very well. And he did so by explaining it as a personal failure, yielding to private demons or personal demons. Once people, my friend, reach the age of accountability, no matter what you people do, the other people do to them, have to answer. What he said that it's not an excuse for any mistakes which he has committed, but on the other hand, he said one does seeks to understand why he or she makes the mistake they make. If you give an explanation, people start understanding you correctly. He said, I was involved in he's telling in the release of the book, that I was involved in two great struggles at the same time. A great public struggle where the future of the America with the Republican Congress, and a private struggle over the future of the with my personal private demons. I won the public struggle and lost the private one, he said, and accepted it. I don't think it's much more complicated than that one. That's not an excuse, but it is an explanation, and that's the best, he said, I can do. How beautiful. Bill Clinton understood the distinction, and not just because his behavior was inexcusable. There simply is no excuse for making excuses. When you hear yourself saying, I am sorry, I am late, but the traffic was so much, my friend, stop talking at the word sorry. Blaming the traffic is a lame excuse, and doesn't excuse the fact that you kept people waiting, and you should and therefore you should have started little earlier. What's the worst that could have happened? You could have come ahead of schedule and have to wait for a few minutes, and you don't have to be worried about having to say, I'm sorry, I'm early. You don't have to say required to say that I'm early, so that's why I'm sorry. No, all you have to do is do that. You have to leave little earlier and reach in time. You should anticipate all these things. If the world worked that way, my friend, there would be no excuses at all. Making excuses is a bad habit. I like to divide the excuses into two categories: blunt and subdued, or subtle, you can say. The blunt, dog ate my homework. Excuse should like this: I have missed out our lunch, dear. My assistant had it marked down it for some day on the calendar. You straightway blame to your assistant or PA or somebody. Or message, you see, message. See, it's not that I forgot the lunch date. It's not that I regard you as an imposter. So important that lunch was with you for me. Uh, that was non-negotiable, unchangeable. But it is simply that my assistant was, my PA assistant was inept. He didn't do his job and he didn't reminded me, and you simply blame your assistant. You excuse yourself. You don't blame yourself. No, friend, that is a bad habit. The problem with this type of excuse is that we rarely get away with it, and it's hardly an effective leadership strategy. After reviewing thousands of this kind of 360-degree feedback summaries in my career, in as an officer or in the private also, I have a feel for what direct report the reporters respect and don't respect in their leaders. I have never seen feedback that said, I think you are a great leader because I love the quality of your excuses. Nobody says that. Nobody likes excuses. Oh, or somebody says, I thought you were messaging up, but you turned me around when you made those excuses. The more subtle excuses, my friend, appear when we attribute our failings to some inherited DNA that is permanently lodged within us. We talk about ourselves as if we have a permanent generic flaw and it can never be altered. No. You are surely, you have surely heard these excuses. Maybe you have used them to describe yourself. Like, I'm impatient. Generally, people say that. Very common thing. I always put things off to the last minute. Another excuse. These are all excuses, my friend. Nothing else. I'm honored that I am horrendous in time management. Another excuse. I've told for years by my co-workers and spouse that I waste time on pointless projects and discussions. I guess that's just the way I am. All these are excuses. Meaningless excuses. My friend, it's amazing how often I hear otherwise brilliant, successful people make willfully self-deprecating comments about themselves. It's a subtle art, because in effect they are stereotyping themselves and impatient or hot-tempered or disorganized, and using that stereotype to excuse otherwise inexcusable behavior. My friend, next time you hear yourself saying, I'm just not good at it, ask yourself immediately there, why not? Why you're not good at it? Just ask yourself, you'll get an answer. This doesn't have to refer to our aptitude in your field of likings, whatever subjects you like, whatever your passion may be. It also applies to our behavior. We excuse our tardiness because we have been running late all our lives, and our parents and friends let us get away with it, almost becoming a habit. The same with any of the other annoying habit. We have already talked. I have already spoken and talked about other shortcomings or the negative habits, like you see, passing judgments, making destructive comments, refraining to share information, withholding information. Now, these are not great flaws, my friend. We are not born with these flaws at all. Nothing can be done about it. No matter what have uh, we have been doing it, this can be altered. It can be corrected. My friend, likewise, next time you hear one of your colleagues trying to warn them away out of an accepting responsibility, saying, I'm just no good at all. Ask them, tell them to ask themselves, why not? Why you are not good at this at all? And if we can stop excusing ourselves, my friend, remember, we can get better at almost anything we choose to do. Thank you very much.